So I have an update for you in regards to the situation in Gaza. This update will come to you in two parts, because I think the second part is important context for the first. Netanyahu says, this is from the Associated Press. Netanyahu says deadly Israeli strike in Rafah was the result of a tragic mistake. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Monday that a tragic mistake was made in an Israeli strike in the southern Gaza city of Rafah that set fire to a camp housing displaced Palestinians and, according to local officials, killed at least 45 people. The strike only added to the surging international criticism Israel had faced over its war with Hamas, with even its most closest allies expressing outrage at civilian deaths. Israel insisted it adhered to international law, even as it faced scrutiny in the world's top court, one of which last week demanded that it halt the offensive in Rafah. Netanyahu did not elaborate on the error. Israel's military initially said it had carried out a precise airstrike on a Hamas compound, killing 2 senior militants. As details of the strike and fire emerged, the military said it had opened an investigation into the deaths of civilians. Sunday night's attack, which appeared to be one of the war's deadliest, helped push the overall Palestinian death toll in the war above 36,000, according to the Gaza Health Ministry, which does not distinguish between fighters and non-combatants in its tally. Despite our utmost efforts not to harm innocent civilians, last night there was a tragic mistake, Netanyahu said Monday in an address to Israel's parliament. We are investigating the incident and will obtain a conclusion because this is our policy. Mohammed Abu Assa, who rushed to the scene in the northwest neighborhood of Tel al-Sultan, said rescuers pulled out people who were in an unbearable state. We pulled out children who were in pieces. We pulled out young and elderly people. The fire in the camp was unreal, he said. At least 45 people were killed, according to the Gaza Health Ministry and the Palestinian Red Crescent Rescue Service. The ministry said the deaths included at least 12 women, 8 children, and 3 older adults, with around 3 bodies burned beyond recognition. And then I want to share this tab with you, again, for context. This is from Al Jazeera. Israel's war on Gaza live. Intense Israeli artillery shelling across Rafah. Israel's army continues to pound Rafah. This is May 28th, 2024. I saw that originally and I was very confused because, today's the 27th. Then I was like, oh, wait, the world isn't flat. There's other times in other parts of the world. It's crazy. Anyway, May 28th, Alistair McCready and Zahina Rashid write, Israel's army continues to pound Rafah, targeting the Tal as-Sultan, Sadi, Tal Zaround, and al-Hashashin areas of the city, killing and wounding many Palestinians. The ongoing attack comes one night after Israeli forces bombed a tent camp housing displaced Palestinians in a designed safe zone in Rafah, killing 45 people, most of them women and children. The attack led to further international outcry for a ceasefire in Gaza and to an end to Israel's military operation in the city. Israel's top military prosecutors described the Rafah attack as very grave and said an investigation was underway. Israeli military earlier confirmed that it carried out the attack on the camp, saying it targeted Hamas fighters. The Kuwaiti hospital, one of Rafah's 2 remaining hospitals, has shut down due to Israelis' attacks, its director said in a statement. The forced closure comes after 2 of the hospital's medical staff were killed earlier by Israeli shelling. At least 36,050 Palestinians have been killed and 81,026 wounded in Israel's war on Gaza since October 7th. The death toll in Israel from Hamas's attack on the date stands at 1,139, with dozens still held captive. So, so the Prime Minister comes out and apologizes, said this was a grave mistake, yet they're still pounding Rafah, as Al Jazeera put it. There's still a military operation going on in Rafah. But it's okay, because the prime minister said, oh, we made a mistake. Whoopsie daisy, sorry about that. We won't do it again. I mean, I tend to speak in cliches, but like actions speak louder than words, man. Actions speak louder than words. Why should we believe, anything Netanyahu says? Why should we think he's being genuine in the slightest? He probably, trying some damage control. He probably trying to improve his public image. That I believe. Do I think he thinks this is actually a mistake? I don't think so. Not one bit, actually, if you want to know the truth. Now, this is getting insane. I mean, these numbers are just becoming hard to conceptualize. Like if you read a novel and one character dies, like you can feel it pretty intensely because it's one character. Or just one person in your life dies. That's an even better example. One person in your life dies. You really feel it at a deep level. But when you're halfway across the world and you just hear, oh, over 36,000 people are dead. That's so many people. It's hard to even conceptualize it. It's hard to even like fully articulate. It's hard to fully like process that information and really understand what's going on. And again, the situation has been out of hand for a long time, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. Israel I know I said this in a previous video, but like, Israel just can't keep going on like this. They just can't. I don't think this is going to hurt. I mean, it's already hurt their image, perhaps, irreparably, but at least for, the foreseeable future. But they keep doing it. Because people like Netanyahu are insane religious fanatics. There are people, that are even more insane religious fanatics than Netanyahu. He's not the worst of them. And these people genuinely believe that they should be doing this. They genuinely believe that they view Palestinians as subhuman, and they think this is justified. That's all. That's no ifs, ands, or buts to it. It's there is really no other positive like spin on this. It is just mass tragedy based on racism and backwards religious beliefs. And again, I mean, like again, I can't even like articulate what I fully want to say, because it's just, how do you really even conceptualize the suffering and the damage that's going on, unless you're living it, unless you're literally, unless you find yourself crushed under rubble, unless your parents are dead, your friends are dead, unless you're facing, bombing campaigns. You don't know if you're going to see another day, or your friends or family are going to see another day, because you don't know when the next bombing campaign is going to be. So, I mean, this is, I guess I'll leave it there, but I don't think anyone in their right mind accepts Netanyahu's fake apology. I don't even think he accepts his fake apology. If he had it his way, I think he would bomb Gaza till kingdom come.